Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Funk. Oh, I ain't got nothing on. I'm straight naked, but I'm doing what I do for you out here in the lab. Early morning style. Let's go. Writism, 25 rules led by storyteller. Story with a message and a story for life. I'm giving life lessons. You tune in to receiving. We got a good thing going. Let's rock. Right thinkers' mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Get to know yourself a little bit better. Right thinkers' way of life, through mental and spiritual discipline, daily, will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is to get all right thinkers to do just that, know themselves. Right thinkers, your job is to do just that, know yourself. Let's go. Know thyself is the question. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. Teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I got you. Stay tuned. It's all good. A person who knows not and believes that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep. How can I awaken them? Spiritually, I'm a spiritual alarm clock. I'm here to wake you up to yourself with knowledge of yourself. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinking, know thyself. And to Maya, be true. And that's who we're working with all the time. Balancing your life. That keeps it right. Let's go. Today, right thinkers, talking about balance. Right thinkers, let's talk about the purpose of life. We all had the question, or we should have had the question, why am I here? Who am I? What's my purpose for being here? Yeah, always this question that an ignorant person should or would ask themselves. But a person with enlightenment, person with knowledge of self can have the answers. Hence, I'm about to answer the question for you. Remember, I'm only speaking for me. I don't speak for the masses. I don't speak for all right thinkers. No, I speak for me. That's it. Please understand that. But these are lessons, so I'm speaking to give you a lesson. Hopefully you get the message. Let's go. My purpose in life is to become the best version of myself that I can be, aka greatness. Being your best self is the greatest thing you can do for yourself. So understand that. I'm down with Muhammad Ali. The greatest love of all is the love you find within yourself. When you get that, aka know thyself, you got the world beat. You're winning. I only speak for me. So I have only my own ideas of my life's purpose. I'm fulfilling my life purpose that I think is best for me. As a right thinker, master, I teach all my right thinkers to fulfill your personal things, not what somebody else thinks you should be. I gave my son the message. Do what's best for you. Don't do what's best for somebody else. You ain't here living their life. You're living yours. Serve yourself first. Everyone, we all, I'm unique, I'm one of a kind. Yeah, but that's not profound. Why? Because it's understood that we all are unique in our own way. We have our own purpose in life also. Your job is to live it. If you're ignorant of your purpose, then your job is to get knowledge. Ignorant don't mean you're stupid or dumb. Please don't misunderstand that. A lot of us, oh, I'm ignorant. Ignorant just means you don't know. I'm ignorant to a whole bunch of stuff. Some I could care less about. And the stuff that I need to know, I will find out. But to be ignorant and be satisfied being ignorant, that's a choice. Again, personally, I spend a lot of time studying to keep from being ignorant. The things that I think I add to my purpose. The things that I don't need, I have no use for them. So there's no purpose for me to do dumb stuff, stuff that don't amount to nothing, stuff that don't do me any good. You have your choice, I have mine. Okay? I live right because my purpose in life is based on doing just that. The right thing. My thing. It works for me. My life is mine to control, to run. Good or bad or indifferent. But we all have choices with our life. If you're ignorant about yourself, then you're going to have fetters. You're going to have problems that you cause to yourself. Knowledge takes away the fetters. Right thinkers, you're going to learn that in the next lesson. Here we go. The Commission Proverbs. You're going to hear stuff that sounds pretty much like the stuff that you hear today. But remember, this is the ancient side. This is the original. This is where the stuff that you know about, no offense, come from. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I spend my time to do just that. Here you go. The purpose of living a virtuous life is to make it to the afterlife. This is temporary. We're all going to, this body won't last, so let's move on. Understand that. But what goes on is your spirit and your consciousness. Knowing thyself is how you get to your spiritual enlightenment. Remember, when the body ceases to exist, the spirit is going to leave. The spirit don't die. It transforms somewhere else. If it's awakened, if it have a conscience, which is yours, which is you done to awaken it, do the things you need to do to make that happen for yourself in life. I got the blueprint for you. I'm laying out for you. I'm giving you everything you need. All the tools you need to build your best self, I'm giving you those things. So please understand that. And if you don't use them, it ain't the fault of the teacher. I just get the message. You had to pick up on it. So understand that. Watch this. Yes, commissions live a purposeful life. What? AKA Maya, AKA right thinking philosophy. Why? To get to the afterlife. It was known fact that this life is temporary. You do the right things here, the afterlife is eternity. They thought eternal. They didn't think temporary. We think temporary. We think now. Tutankhamun. None of that stuff went with him. Ain't nobody yet took anything with them through the eye of the needle, aka passing over to the next life, whatever analogy you want to use, but I use that one. You can't take nothing with you from here, not even the body. So what that tell you? So all the material things, you just mounting up somebody else's toys to play with. I don't do toys. Death, aka they called it going to the west. East is life, west is death. They had a simple understanding, a simple philosophical points of view that if you understood them, it's a perfect way to live. Y'all call it Christianity, y'all call it religion. Religion just give you the blueprint on what you should do to get to the next level. Heaven or hell, same thing. If you fulfill your life's purpose here on earth, you will be welcome in the afterlife. Why? Because the body is represented by the ego, the spirit. The spirit has your head on it, so that when the spirit goes back to whence it comes, you know who you are and where you are. Hence, know thyself. Okay? It's a powerful statement. Right thinking philosophy's purpose in life is to what? Achieve your state of consciousness, aka spiritual knowledge, aka become spiritually enlightened to reach the nihas, anointed, Christhood. Again, there's a whole bunch of names, but the name don't mean nothing when you get there. That's the difference. Right thinking purpose, watch this, is to know thyself. My whole goal is to get every one of my right thinkers to understand you need to know you, and your life will be yours to control your destiny in your hands. I ain't going there. Let's go. Men and women, watch this, are to become God-like. Through what? A life of virtue, a life of righteous living, a life of doing selfless service, a life of doing what's right. That's how I live. And the cultivation of what? Your spirit and scientific knowledge. That means you have to learn things. It's laid out for you. The rules, the spiritual truths are right there. The handwriting's on the wall. The pyramid text gives you all the instructions. The Per Em Haru, the original book coming forth by day, they call it the Book of Dead. All this information. And we're in the age of Aquarius. If you're still ignorant to certain things, that's a you problem. Because right now, information is just being poured down on us. You can Google anything you want, ask Siri, whatever you want, Jeeves, whoever it is. But we are in the information age. So you being ignorant of information that will serve you, that's a you problem. Sorry about that. Get back. Watch this. Now, daily practice of what? Bodily spiritual discipline will free you from what? Fetters. The better I live, the less fetters I put on myself. What? Fetter is a self-inflicted problem. The more ignorant you are to yourself, the more fetters you're going to cause to yourself. Okay? Watch this. Salvation is freeing of the soul from what? The bodily, earthly fetters. You earn your salvation by doing good deeds and getting blessed, and you will have everything in your favor. If you don't live right, you don't do right, you reap what you sow. So you can't get what's good and right if you ain't putting that out. Right thinkers, y'all should become God-like through what? Having knowledge and obtaining wisdom to what? Control the forces of nature, not become a slave to them. I hear people complain about stuff that they got no control over. We don't control the weather. We don't control the elements. We control ourselves. We control our senses. We control what we think. But stop getting caught up in stuff that you got no control over and worrying about. Sorry about that. Get back. Got to do that every now and then. All right, here we go. But get this done. All right, here you go. What's your purpose in life? That's the question I'm asking. Right thinking philosophy will teach you to what? Subdue, a.k.a. conquer what? Your ego, a.k.a. your lower nature. I tell my brothers, stop living from the waist down. Only thing you're going to get from that is pleasure. But how long did that pleasure last? What will come after the pleasure? Nothing. Just saying. With this, I can do a whole lot of stuff. Okay? And it got to be physical. That's the difference. Waist down is all physical. So raise your consciousness. Let's go. To awaken you to your higher self is right there in the concept. And to become an enlightened being and end the cycle of reincarnation, aka birth and death. If the spirit don't get enlightened, it's got to go back and be birthed again. The body gonna die, it's got to go through the cycle. So you want to end that cycle by becoming spiritually enlightened and take the spirit back where it's come. They tell you, body to earth, spirit back to God, the maker. That's the concept. And saying what you think, heaven and hell, what's the difference when body to earth and spirit to heaven? So, but in either one of them categories, either one of them situations, you still got to do something. Christians got to be good Christians. You got commandments to follow. Muslims, you got tenets to follow. Jews, you got stuff to do too also. So whatever you profess, if you're trying to get to God, you got some things that you have to do. That's where right thinking philosophy comes in. With your lightened heart, by being pure of heart, speaking truth, you will be able to what? Dwell with the netters in the eternal afterlife. Conceptually. If your purpose in life is to gain, watch this, material wealth, fortune, fame, that's all fleeting. When you die, all that stuff that you accumulated, all that stuff means nothing. Somebody else gonna get it. You got a will? Because, yeah, get your state ready to hand over. I'm not going to accumulate a bunch of stuff for somebody else to pleasure and enjoy. I don't need a whole bunch of stuff. That's just smart. Now I know why wise men die broke or die without a lot of possession. Why? They want to accumulate nothing. We know none of it going with me. Symbolically, you have traditional things that you feel good about. Everybody got the same thing, but I'm a little different. So the purpose is to become God-like, and what? Further, to become one with God through knowledge of self and righteous living. Last one, I'm about to wrap it up. Again, I appreciate you tuning in. Hope you're getting this lesson. I think this was a good one. What's your purpose in life? Let me wrap this up. Now, I fulfill my life's purpose. What you mean? I'm doing what I was feeling like I was called to do. They call calling, okay? I was called to do what I do for you, which is teach you how to be your best self. I know myself. Do you? I can ask that question, but when I answer it in the affirmative, I can always put it to you. I know me. The question, do you know you? If you fulfilled your life purpose, you know you. If not, still put the work in and get it done. It ain't never too late. I found my life purpose after 60 years. So trust me. Yeah. Okay? I ain't beat for it. When it happens, the idea is to make it happen. Calling, aka my calling, teaching right thinking philosophy and living my best life. That's my thing. I found out, watch this, in life, what works best for you, and you do that. That's your best self. You doing what works for you to your best ability is all he asks. I can't ask you for something you don't have. So understand that when you giving your best, he knows why. He knows that. If you think you can shortchange God and serve the devil, which is your ego on the side, I ain't got my eye on. I keep forgetting I had the eye. So when you serve yourself, you're not serving God. You can't serve two masters. I'm a God servant. I'm obedient to my higher self. So understand that. That's what spirituality is all about. I live the spiritual concept. I put it to life. I know my purpose in life, and I'm living it every day, my way, on my terms. Giving the information to you, doing what I do for you. Okay, that's my terms. When you're in control, watch this, of your life on a day-to-day basis, that's right thinking at its best. I control my day-to-day activities. I control my day-to-day movements and how I do what I want to do. You can do the same. That's what hard work and perseverance to what you believe is best for you will do. I'm doing just that now. Let me wrap this up for you again. I appreciate you tuning in. Watch this. Now, to fulfill your purpose in life is to what? Know thyself. I found my purpose. I'm going to help you find yours. That's why I do what I do for you. I'll be back. I appreciate you.